You're in a relationship that looks perfectly fine from the outside. You have a partner. You've built a life. You've checked all the boxes society told you to check. But in those quiet moments, maybe late at night, you feel a deep sense of being alone. It's that feeling of holding all the emotional weight, of trying to speak a language your partner doesn't quite understand. What if that feeling isn't a sign that you're broken, but a sign that you're waking up? A growing number of women are finding the deep emotional connection they've been starved for in a place they may not have expected: relationships with other women. And it's more than just a passing trend. It's part of a quiet but powerful shift in what women are starting to demand from love. This shift is about so much more than just who you're attracted to. It's a deep reevaluation of what a partnership is supposed to feel like. There's a growing conversation, both online and off, about women discovering that relationships with other women can offer a kind of emotional safety and mutual understanding that they've been searching for, needs that often feel unmet in traditional relationship dynamics. This isn't about rejecting men, but rather an awakening to one's own needs. It's the realization that the kind of partnership you truly crave might be found somewhere you hadn't been taught to look. This reflects both a personal search for understanding and a wider cultural moment where women are redefining what love and relationships mean to them. It's a move away from relationships that just look good on paper and toward authentic connections that actually feel good to the soul. One of the biggest drivers behind this shift is something many women feel but can't always name: a quiet crisis of emotional loneliness. It's the experience of being the relationship's designated emotional manager. While it's not a universal rule, a large body of research and anecdotal evidence suggests that women in heterosexual partnerships often perform a greater share of the emotional labor. This is the invisible work of anticipating needs, monitoring the emotional temperature of the home, bringing up the difficult topics, and managing not just your own feelings, but your partner's too. It's an exhausting and often thankless job. This isn't about one person being bad and the other good. More often, it's a product of how we're socialized. Girls are often raised to be emotionally perceptive, while boys are frequently taught to suppress or solve feelings. Some studies have found that women in heterosexual relationships often feel responsible for the kind of emotional caregiving, traditionally tied to a maternal role. This dynamic can create a profound sense of isolation. You can be lying next to someone every night and feel completely alone because you're the only one tending to the emotional foundation of your life together. It's that feeling of pouring your heart out and being met with a practical solution, instead of just presence. It's the slow, draining realization that you're more of a project manager than a partner, tracking birthdays, social plans, and hurt feelings, while your own needs go unnoticed. The result is a relationship that might work logistically but feels hollow at its core, leading many women to ask, is this really all there is? When women start to put words to this loneliness, what they often realize they're craving is emotional safety. Emotional safety is the foundation of real intimacy. It's the freedom to be vulnerable, messy, complicated, or even irrational, without fearing that your feelings will be judged, dismissed, or used against you later. It's knowing you can express yourself and be met with empathy, not a lecture or a quick-fix strategy. For many women, this kind of safety can feel hard to find in their relationships with men. This isn't a flaw in all men, but an observation of different, socially taught communication styles. Women are often socialized to communicate for connection, sharing feelings to build closeness. Men are often socialized to communicate for information, to trade facts and solve problems. So when a woman expresses stress, her male partner's well-intentioned instinct might be to jump in with, "Here's what you should do," or, "It's not that bad." This response, while meant to help, can feel invalidating. It sends an unintentional message. Your feelings are a problem to solve, instead of, "I'm here with you in this feeling." In contrast, many women report finding this emotional safety more intuitively in their relationships with other women. There's often a shared language, a shorthand that comes from similar lived experiences. There's less need to translate your feelings or justify your reactions. Qualitative research has found that women in same-sex relationships often report greater attentiveness from their partners to emotional needs. When you share something vulnerable with another woman, a common response isn't to fix it, but to validate it. "That sounds so hard," or "I've felt that way." 2. This validation creates a space where you're truly seen and heard, a sanctuary where you can finally exhale and just be yourself. It's this kind of deep connection that more women are realizing isn't a luxury, but a necessity. For generations, most of us were handed a very specific life script. It's part of a concept from feminist theory called compulsory heterosexuality. The BAO term was coined by the poet and essayist Adrienne Rich to describe the immense societal pressure that frames heterosexuality as the default and natural path for everyone. From fairy tales to family expectations, the message was clear. Grow up, meet a man, get married, have children. This wasn't just a suggestion. It was presented as the main plot of a successful life. For a long time, that script was so powerful that many women didn't even see other possibilities. But in recent years, that has started to change. A huge factor is the explosion of LGBTQ+ visibility in media and culture. Recent Gallup polls show that LGBTQ+ identification is at a record high, especially among younger generations, with nearly 1 in 4 Gen Z adults and about 1 in 7 millennials identifying as LGBTQ+. Seeing openly lesbian and queer couples living happy, fulfilling lives, makes that possibility real for women who might never have considered it. Visibility works as a form of permission, showing that a life outside the old script isn't just possible, but can be joyful and authentic. This increased visibility is happening alongside a broader cultural shift, where women are encouraged to question the roles they've been assigned and to demand more from their lives. They're realizing that their desire for a deep, reciprocal partnership is more important than following a pre-written story that doesn't fit. This leads to a powerful question. Am I in this relationship because it's what I truly want, or because it's what I've been told I should want? For many, that question is a doorway to self-discovery. For many women, this journey leads to a powerful aha moment. It's a turning point that can happen at any age, in your 20s, 40s, or even 60s. It's the sudden, clarifying realization that the deep comfort and understanding you felt with a female friend wasn't just friendship. It was a form of connection you'd been missing all along. It's recognizing that the ease, laughter, and emotional give and take you find in your female friendships aren't just a nice bonus to a romantic relationship, but the very things a primary partnership should be built on. This turning point isn't always a lightning bolt. Sometimes it's a slow burn, a gradual awareness that you feel more yourself, more seen, and more at peace with women than you ever have with men. It might be sparked by an article, a story online, or simply the accumulated weight of feeling misunderstood for years. It's the realization that what you thought was a personal failing, your inability to be happy in a good enough relationship, was actually your intuition screaming that you were in the wrong kind of relationship for you. This moment is incredibly empowering. It reframes the narrative from, "What's wrong with me?" to "What's right for me?" It's a pivot from looking for outside approval to honoring your own inner truth. This growing awareness among women choosing relationships with other women is not just a simple trend. It's a complex, beautiful, and powerful story of self-discovery. It's about women waking up to their emotional needs, searching for true safety, and bravely deciding to let go of the cultural scripts that no longer serve them. This movement isn't about rejecting an entire gender. It's about a radical act of choosing yourself. It's about women deciding that their emotional well-being comes first, demanding a love that is mutual and nourishing, and building partnerships where they feel not just loved, but truly seen. It's a testament to the idea that the most fulfilling path is the one that leads you back to your most authentic self. This journey is deeply personal, and everyone's story is different. If this conversation resonated with you, if you've had your own aha moments about what you need from a relationship, I'd love to hear about it. Share your experience or a key takeaway in the comments below. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to see today. And if this is a topic that matters to you, make sure to subscribe for